Now we start new article, specific heat capacity. What is specific heat capacity? Or it is also called as specific heat. Specific heat of material is defined as quantity of heat required by unit mass of material to rise its temperature by 1 degree Celsius. So here you note one thing, the substance is unit mass and we have to raise the temperature by 1 degree Celsius. So is the specific heat. Or we can write here a formula for specific heat, Q upon M into delta T. Q is the quantity of heat, M is the mass, delta T is the rise in temperature. So when you are remembering the definition, you can remember by like this way also. Quantity of heat required to rise temperature of unit mass of substance by 1 degree Celsius is the specific heat. Now here in this formula, delta Q proportional to the mass, you can see here, as well as it proportional to the rise in temperature also. S is the specific heat of the material of the body. So, and it is constant, means heat supplied is proportional to mass and rise in temperature. And the constant of proportionality is specific heat. It means that specific heat is constant. What exactly it means? So specific heat S is a constant. It depends on the material. It depends on material of the body. It does not depend on mass. It does not depend on the rise and temperature. Specific heat formula we can write like this. S is equal to Q upon the delta Q upon M delta T. This is the formula of specific heat. Unit, CGS unit, calorie per gram per degree Celsius. SI unit, joule per kg per Kelvin. Then you know that 1 calorie per gram degree Celsius is 4186 joule per kg Kelvin, or it is nearly equal to 4200 joule per kg Kelvin. You already seen this relation in 10th standard. Or you have idea 1 calorie is how much joule? 1 calorie is 4.186 joule. And 1 gram is this 10 raised to minus 3 kg. Next one, dimension. Dimension we can obtain by solving the dimension. You know that specific heat is Q upon M delta T. Q having a dimension L2 M1 T minus 2. It's a dimension of energy. Then M1, and here it is K raised to 1 for temperature. After solving this, we get a dimension of M0 L2 T minus 2 K raised to minus 1. And this dimension you can see here. Now after that, principal specific heat of gases. Now we have to consider specific heat of gases, and gases having two specific heat. So principal means specific heat at constant volume, and second one is constant pressure. Now here, principal specific heat. So it is quantity of heat absorbed or released by unit mass of gas to rise the temperature by 1 Kelvin or 1 degree Celsius when volume is kept constant. The same definition we can write it here. Again here unit mass of substance, we have to rise the temperature by 1 Kelvin or 1 degree Celsius when pressure is constant. That is called as principal specific heat. After the principal specific heat, we have to learn molar specific heat also. In that molar specific heat, we are using a 1 mole of gas. Instead of unit mass, we are using 1 mole of gas. That's it only. So molar specific heat capacities. Again, 2 molar specific heat capacity for gas at constant volume and at constant pressure. You can see a definition here. Instead of unit mass, I use the word 1 mole of the gas here and the other thing as it is. Now you can go through these definitions. You can see definitions are exactly similar. Only the mass of the gas is in the principal specific, it is unit mass, and here it is 1 mole of gas. Now after that, relation between principal and molar specific heat. It is given by formula. Molar specific heat is equal to molecular weight into principal specific heat. So here molar specific heat is equal to m into this St, or this relation we are written for both. Specific heat, molar specific heat at constant pressure is equal to molecular weight into principal specific heat at constant pressure. Now, let's see the question based on that. See, this is a question. Specific heat depends on dot dot. It does not depends on the mass of substance. It depends on what? Whatever we learn up to this, definitely based on this, you able to answer it. Try to recall the concept. Everyone know that specific heat is constant. It does not depends on the temperature, volume, density. It depends on the nature of the substance. So the answer here is the nature of substance. Next one is, what are the units and dimension of specific heat, specific gas constant, or specific heat? So you have to decide which one is the right unit and which one is the right dimension here. Means unit and dimension. Now here everyone know the formula of specific heat, Q upon m into delta T. The unit of Q is joule divided by kg into Kelvin. So joule per kg per Kelvin. This is the right unit. So this is not the right. So again, this is the right unit. So this is the wrong one. Either option A or option D. Now we decide dimension. So L2 M1 T minus 2 is the dimension of energy. So M1 and here K raised to 1. So M1 get cancelled. So M raised to 0 is in the dimension. So here also M raised to 0 is there. So M0. L raised to 2 is there. T raised to minus 2. K raised to minus 1. And it is written in the option D here. So option D is the right option for this question. Now next article is heat capacity. Next article is heat capacity. What exactly mean by the heat capacity that we have to learn? It is also called as thermal capacity. So quantity of heat required to rise the temperature of a body through 1 degree is called as heat capacity. Means temperature means quantity heat required to rise the temperature by 1 degree Celsius is the heat capacity. Now let I consider here delta Q be the quantity of heat given to the substance and the temperature rises delta T. Then heat capacity is given by formula delta Q by delta T. So here heat required to rise.